I just got finished watching my first full episode of any AEW programming. It was AEW Dynamite, March 27th, 2024. Tonight, we're going to recap it. It's Bobby Monsoon, 215. I'm Jay, and welcome to the channel. We discuss all wrestling, past, present, future, and as I said, this is my first ever episode of AEW. You know, I had a lot of people texting me, calling me, telling me, like I said in the short, man, how you a real wrestling fan? You never seen an episode of AEW. You didn't see the great things they've been doing the past few years. Man, I'm just a WWE guy. I really don't know too much of nothing else. I watched a little bit of WCW. I watched a little bit of ECW. I watch a shitload of WWE, WWF, AEW. I thought I was going to come on here and I was going to have the opportunity to say something controversial. The AEW marks be pissing me off, man. So I thought I was going to get some get back and piss some of them off and say the show was straight trash, to say the writing was trash, to say the production was trash, the commentary was trash, but I would be a bold-faced liar to say that. And it's actually quite the opposite. I'm honestly 100%. I'm still trying to process what I seen. You got to think, I never seen an episode of AEW. I'm so used to WWE programming. So me even watching anything different is like, it's just new territory for me. I haven't watched anything different since, the last thing I probably watched, I never watched a full episode of TNA Impact. Of course, I've seen some matches here and there, but just sit and watch a full 2 hours, that haven't happened in a long time. AEW, what they're doing, I don't know if it's Tony Khan. I don't know if it's Daniel Bryan. I don't know if it's Mark Henry. I don't know, whoever's in the back writing the show, doing this production. I got to give it was a round of applause. I did not expect such a quality show. From top to bottom, the commentating, let's just start there. Tony, I missed, even though I don't, like, I used to watch WCW here and there, like I said, but just hearing Tony's voice is just so vintage. It was like, wow, I haven't heard this in so long. It just gave me that vintage feel. It was so great to hear Taz on the mic. I should have did a little research because I think it was 3 people on the mic. I didn't research who the third person was, but hearing Tony and Taz, just incredible. They was in Quebec, Canada. The crowd was hot. I'm so happy for my first episode. It was such a good show just because, first impression is everything. And with their first impression of this AEW show is completely incredible. And they're in Quebec, Canada, right? The show is hot. The crowd is hot. And I love Canada because y'all know who my favorite wrestler is, Bret the Hitman Hart. So I knew the crowd was going to be hot. So the show starts off, Will Ospreay versus Shibata. I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering his names. Like I said, I'm not familiar with a lot of these wrestlers. Will Ospreay versus Shibata. They called him the wrestler. And kind of remind me of the Ring General Gunther, the wrestler, the Ring General. But, oh, man, he deserved that. He deserved that title. He put on a clinic tonight with Will Ospreay. Them two men really, really kicked the show off. Was this the match of the night? I don't know. We're going to go through this card. This might have been the match of the night just from the rip. I never seen Will Ospreay wrestle. These guys are great wrestlers, man. Will Ospreay hits Shibata with one of the hardest chops ever. Like, you know, Gunther chops are hard, and you got Big Show chops. Then you got who else? what's that dude named Caesar? I forgot that dude name, man. I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Whatever. You know who got the hard chops in the business? You know, none is better than Ric Flair. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how old Ric Flair is. It's just different when he hit the woo. So you got the hardest shot, but Ospreay hit Shibata with one of the hardest chops I've ever heard. Crazy drop kicked in the corner by Ospreay. Now, the first thing I'm seeing with this AEW programming is, man, they are really hitting. It's not none of this. It's not none of this. It's not like the Cody thing when he got hit, he ran into the bus and he had to go like, they're taking these kicks to the head, to the face. I wonder what concussion protocol is in AEW, but man, this is like it's almost like no selling. This is like when people say wrestling is fake. It's like, look, how is this fake? Like he's literally getting kicked in the face. It's not one of them kicks where with Jey Uso he do the super kick, but sometimes they slap their leg to make the sound. These dudes are really kicking each other in the face, and that was the first thing that caught me. Like, whoa, this is kind of crazy. It's going to the next level. Shibata kicked Ospreay flush in the face. I think it was outside. They started fighting outside of the ring. I'm not used to this, but it was great to see. I love seeing new things in wrestling. As I said, I've been watching wrestling damn near my whole life. I love to just see new things. And plus, I'm broader in my horizon. Maybe it's new to me just because I'm such a WWE mark. That's all I really know. When I'm seeing these new things, what new wrestlers do is just new to me. Um, oh man, on a production standpoint, see, I like the wrestling, but I'm an overall guy. Like everything counts to me. Like when you cut the commercial, if you're advertising, like how Logan Paul got the prime in the middle of the ring, how you're advertising. I cannot believe that they let the match keep running with the commercial. Like the commercial was like a bigger screen, but the match was still on a smaller screen. And the first thing I thought was, man, why don't WWE do that? Like I don't know who idea that was. I don't know how long they've been doing it. I don't know if WWE ever done it before. I don't know if AEW are the first to do this. I can't remember ever seeing it. But oh man, I really, really, really like that part. Just in that commercial, I like, cause I'm the type of guy I hate commercials. I'd rather sit and watch the match on mute than sit and watch commercials. I hate commercials. I really can't wait to the Netflix era. But of course, they're gonna figure out a way to add some commercials in there somehow. I gotta get your advertising money any way possible. One thing about this match, I'm not seeing not one slip up, not one mistake, not one botch. It's like perfection. There was a scary move that happened though. It was either landed perfectly where it even fooled me, or it was just a scary move. But it was like a verse her Karana, if I'm not mistaken, and Offspray lands on his head, but it didn't seem to be hurt at all. It just looked like it was a crazy move. There's a move that Offspray did. The Offspray cutter or the Oss cutter or something it was called. And it's basically the Cody cutter. I hate to say this, but it's better than the Cody cutter. Now, I don't know if it's because Shibata, I don't know if it's because he sold that move. But man, Offspray hit that Oss cutter, whatever he calls it. It was incredible. I'm not gonna lie, shit looked better than the Cody cutter, to be honest. But Shibata kicked out at one, and that's another thing we're not used to seeing a lot. At WWE, we see the 1, 2 kick out, 1, 2 kick out, one. Two. It's so predictable. One thing I could say about this first match, one thing I could say first about AEW, it's not predictable. Like who kicks out at one? We haven't even ever heard of that like that. Um, this match was crazy. To be honest, this probably man, this the best opening match I've seen in a very, very long time. I'm not even gonna hold you. So Ospreay, he takes his elbow pad off. He hits some. I never see. He hits him with this crazy ass elbow move. I think he called it the hidden blade or something like that. The hidden blade. Oh man, that shit looks so crazy. It. I don't know how like they're doing these moves because I'm so used to watching wrestling and I can see, okay, I see how he got protected here or how he got protected there. These moves are just incredible, and oh man, that hidden blade move that he did, fire. Then an old friend, they do a little video, not even little. It was crazy. Daniel Bryan, yes, yes, yeah, yo, I miss Daniel Bryan, man. He's at AEW now. They call him Brian Danielson. I think that's his real name. I'm not sure, but the video was incredible. They're showing him in Ring of Honor, and they're just showing his whole journey. Of course, they skipped the WWE part because of copyright things. That's pretty obvious, but without the WWE run, it just made it look so epic. If you put the WWE run in there, it's like this guy might be one of the greatest ever. I'm not saying he is because I'm just saying the video looks that crazy. They made Daniel Bryan look that good. Haven't seen him wrestle in a while. AEW apparently has a pay-per-view coming up at the end of the month. He's supposed to be wrestling, I think, Will Ospreay. I could be wrong, but that should be a good match. And honestly, after this first episode of AEW, I might tune into that. I don't know. We'll see. Renee from AEW backstage interviews the Young Bucks. Now the Young Bucks. I heard about the Young Bucks and because sometimes I watch 83 Weeks with Conrad and Eric Bischoff. So that's how I hear a lot of AEW content. So I heard about the Young Bucks and I'm hearing the names. I can't put a face to the name because I don't watch the programming. So this is the first time me actually seeing them. They cut a promo. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. Let's see what they got in the ring. It goes to commercial. Then this guy, Okada, I've been hearing a lot about him in the indies. Like I said, I've heard people online talk about him, say he's a great wrestler, he's a great talent. I heard Eric Bischoff put him over a lot on his show. I never seen any work from him. He's not gonna be. He didn't wrestle tonight, but he did pull up in a red Ferrari. So I thought that was cool. I think he's the Continental Champion. So there's that, and I'm gonna go do some research on him because a lot of people are putting this dude over like top level talent. Young Buck entrance is fire. Announcer says this is a 20-minute time limit match. Now there you go. This is what I like. One thing about WWE programming, I love it, but it's so predictable at times. And this has a 20-minute time limit. Once again, I don't think I ever heard that. If I did, maybe once or twice, but or maybe if it's an Iron Man match for it's like an hour, but the announcer announces, yo, straight up, this match 20 minutes. And I think little details like that in the programming is just so important. So they got the 20-minute time limit, and I just love that. Private Party comes out once again. The uniqueness. When have we ever seen a club gimmick? We've seen a club gimmick before. You know, you had Disco Inferno. You had these clubby type of dudes. He was in, I think he was in WCW. But these dudes, Private Party, and what do? They come out with a fucking bouncer. That is hilarious. Like, you come out with a bouncer and a red rope right there, and you gotta come in and they doing they dances. Private Party is fire. I'm like, yo, these dudes are fire. They remind me of Street Profits. I don't know why, to be honest. I don't want to say aesthetics. I don't want to say because they're both black, but I don't know why, but they remind me of the Street Profits. But I'd be lying to sit here and say, like, my honest opinion, I like them just a tiny bit better than the Street Profits. I honestly, it's probably because the bouncer thing. Not even that. What they did in the ring was crazy too. They might be a little bit more versatile athletically than the Street Profits, but Private Party, you come out with a bouncer. It's the little things that count so much in professional wrestling. Young Bucks out. They fighting with a suit on. I didn't even notice it till like Taz said it. Like, man, these dudes doing that in the suit is impressive. I'm like, yo, nah, shit, it actually is. They're fighting in a suit. Young Bucks work is incredible. They're really like, when you see them, if I seen them at like Walmart or Target, you would never think this dude is a professional wrestler and he has godly cardio, a high level of just cardio endurance. You'll think he's just probably a regular guy, deliver a pizza or something like that. No, these dudes are like, man, athletes to the highest degree. Nicholas suplex. I'm sorry, I don't know. One of the dudes off Private Party straight suplexes him off the ring barrier. Once again, something different. How do you suplex a dude off the ring barrier? That was kind of fire. Another great match. That was another great match. All four men is just working this whole match. Both of the dudes from Private Party, both of the Young Bucks, straight work. Yo, Private Party did this crazy ass move, a Hurricanrana into like a RKO. So the dude somehow so they was on the top rope. He had him on his shoulders. He did the Hurricanrana, so the dude flies off the second rope or whatever. Was it? Yeah, he had to be the second rope. So he flies off the second rope, and the other dude hits him with an RKO move. I'm like, what the? That was crazy. The crowd popped. 1, 2, kicked out at 2. Down. Oh man, I wish I knew. I don't know the terms when people flip. Like, oh, that's a 480. That's a 500. That's a 720. I don't know them terms, but one of the dudes from Private Party, the dark skinned dude, he flipped it had to be 2.5 times and straight missed. And sometimes when people try to do swantons, or say if Kevin Owens did a swanton and he missed, then it'd be like, all right, this dude did these 2 flips, he missed, he hit the mat so fucking hard. Excuse me. He hit the mat so hard, it was like, I was a little bit worried about him. I'm like, oh, I hope he isn't injured. My God, he hit the mat hard. I gotta find out what move that he was trying to do. Young Bucks do the EVP trigger. That's like a move where after he flipped, of course, he was hurt. It was so hard. It was like, bro, he could have probably pinned him right there. He's going out one. He could count to 10. He does that, but I guess they bring him over, then they do the EVP trigger thing. That was a finisher. It's kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like he kicks him, then the other boy elbows. It's hard to explain, but EVP trigger, it looked kind of cool. 1, 2, 3. The Young Bucks advance in this tag team title tournament. I forgot to even mention it was a tag team title tournament, to be honest, because thanks to WWE, I'm tag team title tournament out. Okay, we got the 12-man, 6-man, 16, whatever you want to call it, tag match at WrestleMania. Then before that, we had the tournament to get all the people to see who's going to be the participants in that. And now another tag team tournament. I'm tag team tournament out. But I'm not complaining because the tag team division is really, really good right now on both WWE and I see on AEW. They got some good talent right there. So Chris Jericho was backstage talking to this guy named Hook. They talked about their last match. Jericho putting him over. Man, I've been in the business over 30 years, and I don't know if he said I never seen a talent like this, but whatever he said, he was just putting this dude over. I don't know about the guy Hook. If y'all know, put me on. Write in the comments some of his classic matches. I'm gonna look it up. I know I don't know. I never heard of him. I never seen him. Apparently, he beat Jericho, and him and Jericho had a classic match. But I'm gonna look that match up. But Jericho offers to be his like mentor or something like that, and I guess Hook was like, he said something like, "Well, I know who you are, Jericho," and they had a little weird exchange. But I don't know if Jericho gonna manage him or they're gonna be like, I don't know. I don't even know what that was getting pitched there. See, this is the one thing about the writing with AEW. They left me wondering. I wonder I want to follow up with that. Like, all right, you say you want to be Hook's mentor. Now what? Like, cause he didn't even use the word mentor. He didn't use manager. He was like basically like, man, I could put you on some things to get you on that next level. And Hook agreed. And I want to see what's gonna happen with that. The boss, Sasha Banks. Let's put some respect on her name. Now she's the CEO, Mercedes Monet. I remember Mercedes Monet when she was Sasha Banks, when she was in NXT. She's a part of the Four Horsewomen. That was Bailey, Sasha. Who else was it? Bailey, Sasha, Becky, Charlotte. The four greatest women to step in that square circle. Respect to China, respect to Trish Stratus, respect to Lita, respect to all the women that came before these four women. But when these four women in that era, I forgot what year it was, but y'all know what I'm talking about, when it was NXT Brooklyn, like that era, it's just it would never be duplicated. That's the era that put the women on. That's the era that put the people on notice that no, the women aren't just great wrestlers. These women are top tier talent that could main event a pay-per-view like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, you name it. These women are doing an incredible job, and they have been for the last few years. And Mercedes Monet is 1/4 of the women that spearheaded that movement, and she's always going to get the credit from that, in my eyes at least. So they got a fatal four-way match now. Willow Nightingale comes out, and she's giving me Nia Jax mixed with Bailey old gimmick. I'm feeling it though. I like Willow Nightingale. I'm like, all right, I like it. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember, if you watch my old videos, Bailey used to be one of my favorite wrestlers. Not just girl, like that old character Bailey. Da, da, da. I'm coming starting the show. We had steady to go. Yeah, I hope she comes out as the old Bailey at WrestleMania 40. She can't come out with Damage Control theme. Please, I hope she comes out in that old Belly theme. I used to love Belly, man. Um, Willow Nightingale, she's giving me Belly Nyla Jax. I like her style though. Anna Jay, she power walks to the ring. Slow down, Anna Jay. Sky Blue and Chris Statlander. They got basically a normal entrance. This is Fatal 4-Way. Mercedes Monet, the CEO, is commentating. And I don't know why, but the boss, the CEO, a part of me get it. It's like, all right, let's make the fans kind of remember when she was the boss, but now she's the CEO, which is like higher than the boss. Like your manager could be your boss, your supervisor could be your boss, but he's not the. It's not too much bigger than the CEO. So I get it, and also there's another part of me that wanted. I want to see Sasha, or excuse me, I want to see Mercedes Monet. Maybe we seen this gimmick. I feel like. I mean, we're gonna see the AEW version, but I feel like we've seen this gimmick. Let's see something else. But Cody, he was Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare at AEW. He took it to WWE, even with the same song, and it seemed to work out great. I'm sure it'll work out for Mercedes Monet too, but we'll see. Sky Blue does this cold blue move on Willow. These AEW wrestlers are so incredible in the ring. You have to have a real appreciation for wrestling to just understand like, yo, she does this crazy move. I don't even know what it's called, but it was like a form of like a power bomb. And Willow Nightingale, she's not no like small type of girl. She's a big girl. That's a lot to be trying to do any type of version of a power bomb. 1, 2, she kicks out. Willow jumps off the rope. She did like this drop kick to Anna. Oh my God, man! It looked like Anna got hit by a bus or something like that. She jumped off the rope, not the sideways drop kick. She like forward 2 feet up, drop kicked it. All you see is Anna fly all the way back. The ref, they whispering in their ear like, "Yo, you all right? You all right?" My God. Willow hit Sky Blue with crazy move on the ring apron. Oh my God. Like, I don't even. She picked her up and just. They've been doing a lot of moves on the ring apron on AEW. I've seen that, but she slammed Sky Blue somehow right on the ring apron. Head hit the thing. Once again, I hope she's okay too. Willow hits. What's this girl name? What's that girl name? Statmeyer? I don't even Statlander. Willow hit Statlander with power bomb move. What type of power bomb move she do? I feel like it wasn't a regular. It wasn't like a Kevin Nash power bomb. It was again a version of the power bomb, and she wins the match 1, 2, 3. Then some girl named Julia comes out, hits her with the title, raises the title. I'm guessing, not guessing, obviously, she's the champion. I think Willow won the match. That was a number one contender match to fight Julia. I got to do some research on Julia. Let me know if she's good. I mean, she's champion, so I'm imagining she's good. Let's go next. Dustin Rhodes. Man, I love Dustin work has been good for we're talking about over 30 years. We're not talking about 30 years of being in the professional wrestling. We're talking about 30 years working at a high level. Dustin Rhodes, one of the most underrated wrestlers of this lifetime. Seriously. I don't see how didn't Vince put the title on Goldust back in the day. Like, Goldust was such a crazy, deranged, wild character. I think he should have had at least a little bit of a title. Can you imagine Goldust WWE champion? What that would have looked like in the Attitude Era? Dustin Rhodes pulled that character off, and it's the opposite what he is in real life. And that just shows his dedication to like the craft of professional wrestling and storytelling. I love Dustin Rhodes, man. I like his new look too. He had half his face painted, and I think I seen a documentary or something where he's doing the paint himself. This is what I'm saying. These wrestlers are the hardest work, some of the hardest working men on the face of this earth. Who does their own straight painting and it's like perfected, and he's been doing it for years. It's incredible. Now he's obviously beefing with some guy named the Butcher, and he has like this big mustache right here that's like, I know it got to be bothering his nose. It looks fake, but I'm sure it's not. He just got this big mustache. They call him the Butcher. I never seen his work. I never seen him wrestle. I'm gonna watch Dustin Rhodes versus the Butcher. I do like the character though. From what just the image of it, from what I'm seeing, it's like okay, all right. Let's see what work you got in the ring. But I like it though. I want to see Dustin Rhodes versus the Butcher. Tony Storm promo. Oh yeah, Tony Storm. I almost forgot because I ain't writing my notes, but Tony Storm, that girl where the promo it like becomes black and white, like I'm not even black and white, but just like 19 maybe 10 or 20 or 1930 like type of footage where she starts talking like Marilyn Monroe and she has her hair in the old school style. Let me tell you right now, Tony Storm is a star. What they're doing, I see it. Oh man, just wait. Over time, all of this is gonna come together. This is such great writing. I love it. I love it. Tony Storm. That whole gimmick. See, I'm a sucker for a great gimmick. I love that gimmick. When she come out, it's like the whole screen changes. Even in when they promote her on a flyer, she's black and white. I gotta see her work. I never looked up her work. I seen her on like posters and stuff like that, but I never really thought about watching AEW until I started a YouTube channel because, like I keep saying, I just all I know is WWE, but AEW, this is such a surprise to me because I did not expect all of this. Just this was a really well written show. Undisputed Kingdom versus Best Friends. I like these names, Best Friends. I think that's like a great tag team name. They got this dude, Orange Cassidy, and they actually have a nickname for him, which I thought was hilarious. Freshly Squeezed Orange Cassidy. This dude is a star, man. He got his jean pants on, but not like jeans. They like the stretch jeans though. And they got his teammate Beretta. I think that's not his full name, but you know. The match starts off, right? Orange Cassidy, he's outside the ring. I think Beretta is about to start the match. Orange Cassidy walks, and the referee like, "What are you doing?" He starts walking. He's walking in the middle of the ring. He's walking towards the other side. Then this dude just snuffed the other teammate, and they start rumbling outside of the ring. It's like, I love the uniqueness I seen tonight. I never seen that. How you just be like, hold on. Yeah, I know y'all about to start the match, but hold on. This is what I said a few episodes ago. Remember when I was explaining something that happened in WWE? I'm not sure what it was, but I was like, that wouldn't happen in real life. And we know it's professional wrestling. We know it's scripted. We know all of that. But still, it just has to be somewhat in the realm of what real life is, because that's the best wrestling, when it's just, when you can't tell if it's real life or not. Now, we could tell this was obviously scripted, but it's something that will happen in real life. I have a problem with this dude. Y'all want me to file? Nah, hold on, ref. Slow down. Let's cut everything. I'm going to snuff this dude right now, right here, when we say it. Fuck that bell ringing and all of that. Incredible. That one thing alone, I'm like, man, I like Orange Cassidy. Best friends celebrating. Young Bucks come out. I predict Young Bucks to win the match. Uh, Best friends celebrating. Young Bucks come out. I predict Young Bucks to win that match. Best friends celebrating. All right. So, they go back and forth. After he snuffs some, they have a good match. They go back and forth. Nothing to really, to really talk about with that match. It was a good match, nothing that blew me over the top like the first match, but nothing that made me think like these dudes shouldn't even be on television. So they had a good match. Uh, Orange Cassidy did a lot of things that I liked in this match. Best friends, they won the match. They're celebrating. They get to fight the Young Bucks. I think it's the finals to see. I wonder if I see, that's one thing I didn't get clear. For this tournament, is it a tournament to where they win the tag titles, or is it a tournament to they face whoever the champions are? But I'm imagining they win the tag titles, because when I seen them coming out in the entrance, I seen like two titles there. So I guess we'll see about that. Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage highlights. This is one of the matches that people were like pissed off about at me at, because they're like, yo, what you think about that Adam Copeland Christian Cage? I'm like, who? What you? That was a classic I Quit match. I'm like, man, I ain't see that shit. I know who Adam Copeland was, but I'm used to him being Edge. Sorry. Um, I'm watching these highlights like, oh man, I feel like a fool. I feel like this match seems like a fucking classic. Like what? The highlights look incredible, and even Edge, he's bleeding. He has his spike bat. He has his title, and he's just like, man, yeah, I knew this guy for 40 years, man, and we had a great match. We went to war. We closing a chapter, and I'm the TNT champion. Whatever he said, and I'm like, man, I really felt kind of like dumb. Like, fuck, I really missed that live. They they look like they put on a classic match, and I stand corrected. I have to go back and watch that match. I have to do my due diligence, and I might even got to do a video for y'all, just a recap on that match, because that, just the highlights alone, it looked like a classic. Uh, Number one contender match. This is the main event for the AEW World Title. Swerve Strickland versus, I don't want to butcher the first name, but Takashna. 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 Takeshna. Number one contender match for the AEW World Title. Swerve Strickland versus, I don't want to butcher the first name, but I think I got the last name, Takeshna. I like Swerve Strickland. He's coming out, dude, doing the swerve move. I think that shit is hilarious. Um, It starts off, they got a handshake and they're showing each other a lot of respect, but each one of them not don't don't want to let go of the handshake, and that's how the match starts. One thing about these AEW matches, I like how they build up. I like how they take their time. I like that they tell a story in the ring, and it's just easy to follow. So that's how the match start. They're going back and forth. Swerve takes superplex. Not even a superplex, because that would be off top rope. He just takes a suplex. Or was it off the top rope? I'm not sure. He takes some type of suplex, seems to hurt his shoulder. I don't think he hurt his shoulder because he was selling it. And if he really hurt his shoulder, not that he wouldn't be selling it, but I don't think that Takeshita would be trying to like hurt it anymore. They would have kind of improvised around it, but he was selling it pretty good. To be honest, I can't even tell, and that's when wrestling is at its finest. When you can't tell, did he hurt his shoulder? Did he not? You don't know. They're going back and forth. Takeshita dominating the match, to be honest. They go to commercial break, they come back. He's still pretty much dominating the match. And because I watch wrestling for a good portion of my life, I'm already knowing that our Swerve is about to win. They're not about to let Takeshita dominate the whole match and just win, And plus Swerve, he's at the main event. I've been seeing him on flyers. They're pushing this guy. He's a great talent. So, of course, classic wrestler fashion. Swerve fights back, hits Sky Drifter. Only 2 count. The match is heating up. It's heating up. They going back and forth. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, damn, it's 10 o'clock. They still like they AEW is on. They went past. I'm guessing they got a deal with TBS. They went past the buffer minute. I mean, I guess they had a 5 minute buffer. I think it went off probably like 10:05. I could be mistaken, but they went a little bit over the time. It was okay. Swerve does the swerve stomp, then finisher. The crowd pops. I like what Swerve doing. I like what Swerve doing. Just a summary of this AEW show. AEW Dynamite, my first full episode watching it. I'm highly impressed. I give it 5 stars. 1 out of 10, I give it about a 9. I'm highly impressed. I like what AEW is doing. I like what Tony Khan is doing. And from what I hear from the AEW marks, this is like nothing. Like they have way better matches, way better storylines, way better stuff. This is kind of like the iffy era in AEW, and I'm fully impressed with what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna spend the next few days and weeks going back and seeing just like watching old AEW stuff. I think I'm gonna go all the way back to like the first episode, because it's not like WWE where you got like 40, 43, whatever, how many years you got to go back to catch up. They just came out. Let me see. When did AEW start? AEW, it says it started January 1st, 2019. 5 years. I think I catch up on 5 years. So I'm gonna go all the way back. I'm gonna see the build of AEW now. I'm not completely oblivious. I know it kind of started with Cody Rhodes had a heavy part to play in it in the beginning. Then I know Chris Jericho went over there. He carried the company. Then I think that's all I know. I know our Edge went over there. Christian, obviously, we just talked about them. But it's a lot more I have to catch up on. Um, I'm going to catch up on this. AEW, Tony Khan, that whole team over there, they earned my respect tonight. And I'm definitely going to be recapping AEW content. Maybe one of these days I'll try to. I don't know, man. Let me know if y'all want me to recap some TNA stuff. It's just TNA just got us. I don't know. Like maybe I'll do one. Maybe if somebody asks me, but I love wrestling, but I just can't stand I can't stand lackluster product. And no disrespect to anybody at TNA Impact, but I'm not hearing anything captivating, or I'm not hearing anything that's motivating me to go and recap any type of TNA content. But I will if I get one person to say, "Yo, nah, TNA is doing something all right over there." Then, matter of fact, I'm tripping. I have to. My man told Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's over there, and I'm hearing he's doing his thing over there. So I gotta recap TNA one of these days. I don't know when. I don't want to put no promises on it. So let's just take it a step at a time, okay? This Bobby Monsoon 215. We got some great things coming up on this channel. I know I'm here. I'm in front of the mic. I'm doing a review type of setting type thing, but don't get it fucked up. We're going to be outside. We're going to be doing different things. We're going to be bringing different content to the channel. I'm going to be broadening my horizons. I'm not going to be limited to Raw and SmackDown at all. That's why I did this AEW episode. That's why I'm going to check out TNA. And that's why I'm going to check out these, because there is a lot of underground wrestling programming that's, of course, not televised, but they're underground where it's like 15 $10 to get in. And these dudes are completely putting their life on the line, like doing crazy shit in the ring. And I'm going to be going to these shows and documenting that and bringing that content to y'all. So just stay tuned. I got a lot of different type of content I have in store for y'all. So just keep growing with me. Bobby Monsoon 215. Comment if you want me to speak about or talk about anything. Like, subscribe if you like the channel and you want to grow as a community. Bobby Monsoon 215. Appreciate you rocking with me. Bye.